Madre solo hay una by Pepito. My mother is loving and kind. And, you know, one day she was making food for everybody. She made food for my mom and for my dad and for my brother. And they sat down to watch the game. My mom and my dad. And my mom says, son, go to the fridge and get me 2 beers. And so I go to the fridge like a kind and obedient son. And I say, Madre, solo hay una. I like that. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Lucky Specialist. Your boy Sam Torres.
Your boy Jeff Depe, AKO Fitz. It's 2023, people. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, we just have to do something different with that joke there. Did you guys get? Did you get the joke?
I got it. Solo hay una.
There's only 1 beer in the fridge.
There's only one.
Mom, there's only 1 beer in the fridge.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
No, now we
gotta bring a little laughter, a little lightness into 2023.
For 2023,
things are happening.
We're not doing a podcast anymore. We're becoming stand-up comedians.
That's what we're doing.
So that was the first.
That was our first bit.
Open mic bit.
Yeah. But we want to thank you guys for all the love, for all the support you guys did through 2022. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube. On YouTube, subscribe, like, hit the bell so you know when our videos are coming out. Just, you know,
shout out to all the new followers.
I love it. I mean, we've seen a lot more people coming in through Instagram and seeing people coming through TikTok, and we actually got some haters, which made me so happy.
Damn, we got some haters.
Oh, I
love haters.
I know it was the best. I saw this comment that said, "That's a stupid take. You guys don't know shit about sports. That's why nobody listens to your podcast."
Damn, which one was that though? What were we talking about?
Oh, I don't know. We're talking about sports. I don't remember, but I just remember the comment for like specifically.
That's hilarious. The fact that like they said that though, it's like does that mean they listen?
Well, maybe.
You're a fan. That's secret fan.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. It makes me want to be better. Better. You know what I mean?
See, hate and love are very close emotions.
Oh, I've always said that.
They're very close.
It's a fine line between love and hate.
That's why I went to the Love Museum yesterday.
Oh, there's a love museum.
There is a love museum, and it sounds corny, right? Yeah. But when you get there, it's kind of fun, right? There's a lot of like interactive activities. But right next to it, there's a lot of love. It's a kind of like a sweat, like you start sweating because like
it's kind of like a sweatshop.
Yeah, because like you start like playing all these games. It's like what are like the 3 things that like you love about me? It's like shit, baby. Shit. I don't know. I love the way you shake that. No, but like, but seriously, then there's like a museum right next to it, Crimes of Passion, right? And you know what? That's why Crimes of Passion, because sometimes the
love
person
to hate.
That you love, you start to hate.
Right.
Very close. Very close. So shout out to a hater.
Shout out to
you might love us one day.
Yeah, might do.
Or maybe you do. Or maybe you love us now.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of people on TikTok commenting saying they don't like our takes with basketball and everything. I like it.
That's fine. I mean, we're Laker fans. We're biased.
Yeah, we're gonna be super biased.
That's 100%. This is a Laker friendly podcast. Yeah,
for sure.
Like, no, don't get it twisted.
They were shitting on Corbin because he didn't put LeBron in his top 10
well,
list.
every time we bring a guest, like this is the thing,
we
put them on the spot.
No, and people love to eat up the whole top 10 thing. You know
I mean? No, it's great. I'm gonna tell
objective.
You, when you come on this podcast, we're gonna ask you your top 10. Be ready. Just do your homework beforehand.
Just be ready. Just know that's one of the questions.
And we're gonna bring it up randomly, like top 10. Hurry up.
Let's go right here,
right now, off top, because the things that come off the top of your head are the things you actually feel.
Drunken mind is a sober heart. I don't know if that's
getting really philosophical. 2023. I like
you know
this.
What I mean? You gotta bring in more fortune cookie wisdom up in here.
Like life is an adventure. No, when you do things in life, it's an adventure. When you don't, it's not. I'm like, huh? I saw someone post that on Instagram. Like it was like a
what Drake lyric is that?
I know. Hey, what Drake lyric is that? Shout out to Drake, man.
Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Drake hanging out with Miss Croatia. She's pretty hot.
He was hanging out with Miss Croatia. Yeah, he was. Shout out to Drake just for that. That's fire. What I mean? She's like, I ain't Luka Modric. He has a wife and kids. I'm hanging out with Drizzy.
You know, this guy getting accused of Drake getting accused of flying out a girl and saying that he wants her children. He's
accused.
Like, well, yeah, because then he came out and said, well, because she came out and put a video and said that happened. He's like, then I never met her.
Look, man. if you're Drake, you're flying out chicks. Like, what are you gonna
do?
Like, yeah, it's
sure.
like it's just like regular, like for the common man. It's like, oh,
that's why he bought his own plane.
Oh, I'll Uber you to the bar.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you're rich as fuck, I'll fly you out to
fucking Toronto.
Yeah, it's like what? It's like it's like okay, I'll pay for you.
But I live in Sao Paulo.
Oh, I'll buy the meal. It's like that's basic shit for us basic people. But it's like for Drake, his basic shit is flying someone out.
So what's like taking her to Denny's for Drake?
Just taking her to the bar. I don't know.
To the club.
Yeah, to the club or like
and then
buying
VIP
drinks and shit.
in VIP.
Yeah,
taking her to Denny's.
I think there was this Drake lyric from his newest album with 21 Savage where he was like, "Oh, like I saw that the like I don't know the exact like rhyme scheme, but basically the point was like, oh, I saw you on your Instagram like with your new man, and he has you at the club with the sparklers and the bottles. It's like, girl, we were done with that in '09. Like it's like
right,
like,
it's like, right.
It's like, you know, it's like, so he's been like, you know, he's beyond that.
He's
shit.
like, I got money, bigger money shit.
Yeah,
I'll fly you to fucking.
It's like that's why when people
Turks and Caicos.
When people hate on like rich people, it's like there's a lot of shit to hate about rich people, but don't hate them for doing rich shit, bro, because they're just doing shit that you would do if you were rich. I'm gonna keep it real. Like people like to say like, oh, I would never fly a bitch out. Like that's like fucking beta behavior. It's like, really, bro? You don't even pay for dinner, bro. You don't even
split it.
You don't even split it.
You make her pay for it.
She paying for it. Like, and that's cool. Hey, your girl could take you out, but I bet you she doing that every day, my boy.
Have you seen that meme? This is the universal like body language of your man can't afford it, so you're paying for it. He's like hugging it from behind.
No, that's
like,
hilarious. Or like those stupid ass like where they're like body language, but it's like, you know, they put a straight line and a side line like this, like a slanted line. It's like whoever slanted towards the straight line is the beta in the relationship. So they show all these pictures like, oh, if you're like hugging a girl like this, but she's like straight, it's like, oh, he's a cuck. It's like, oh, like if she's like leaning, oh, he's a boss. Like he's wearing the coat.
He handles that
who
shit.
The fuck even like came up with
geometry?
Like, yeah, this is fucking Pythagorean. I failed algebra. I failed algebra.
Da Vinci had something in there.
I don't know how I fucking passed 101.
What, algebra?
Yeah, math 101. I don't even fucking know. College algebra. College algebra, yeah. So by the skin of my chinny chin, son.
Bro, I did geometry 3 times in high school.
Fire, bro. I bet you know your shapes, dog.
Hell yeah. I know my obtuse.
He's shaped
and
up.
Acute angles. I'm shaped up.
Shaped up. Lineup or no lineup? It like
no lineup.
No lineup. But I feel like the older you get, the thing is,
because I feel like the older you get, you're gonna start losing hair.
That's what I'm saying. It's about the receding hairline, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. Sure. That's the L, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if I had a nice hairline, I'd get a lineup.
Yeah, I have. No, I don't have a nice hairline. I have a lot of hair on top.
I get a lineup like on the sides, like in the fade, but like, you know, that like top lineup.
I don't think no, thank you.
But I feel like if I had the hairline for it, I'd probably still do it.
If I always had the hair, or if I had the head, I have an egg-shaped head. You know what I mean?
Like the Edgar haircut is basically like a lineup, but it's like
a hair,
like bangs for men.
Yeah. if men wanted bangs,
yeah. If men wanted bangs, it's the Edgar haircut for sure.
Dope.
What does Andrew Tate think about the Edgar haircut?
Andrew Tate, Jesus. Which we're going there.
I don't know. Shit. No. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
I'm down. But what I was gonna get
to it, Sam. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, a little bit.
We're rusty.
We
took 2 weeks off.
You gotta get the rust off.
You know, I didn't even practice. I didn't even shoot a jumper before I came out here. Dude, I hurt my ankle.
IR.
5 sprained ligaments.
You know,
don't go to the doctor right away after a sprained ankle, kids.
I know how much insurance costs.
Sam thought I had gout.
I did. That's sad. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It happens.
But we were talking about.
I was worried too, and when the doctor was zapping me with that shit, I was like, "Please, Lord,
God.
I feel it."
I hope Sam's not right.
I feel it, doctor. I feel it.
New Year's resolutions. People this time of year have them. Do you make them? Do you do them? Do you believe in them? Do you?
Well, I used to do like the New Year's resolution. Now I kind of like try to like.
Challenge yourself
before the year ends. I start thinking about like what my like overall goals are for the next year, but it's not really like a resolution. It's more like these are the things that I want to accomplish, but it's not like
and I feel like every new year brings that in certain people. I don't know about in you, but like this feeling of refresh or new, right? Because like I hear a lot. I get a lot of. I talk to a lot of people or a lot of texts. Oh, this is my year. This is what I'm going to do.
Oh, no.
And most of the times it isn't. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it also brings that sense of feeling of I need to change things.
Yeah, because it seems like a fresh start, and it is kind of a new start. Like you can every year that you're alive, every 365, like you got a new chance to do something new. So it's like, but like I feel like sometimes resolutions could be also like a burden.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely.
Like people feel like, if I don't accomplish this, it's a failure. That's why it's you just got to stay consistent with your like life, really. It's like, just try to, you've been going to school and like you fucked up last semester. You didn't get all A's. Like, well, you know what? Let me try to get some A's and B's. Let me try to it's those little wins. You got to.
It's usually the health ones. People are like, I'm going to work out 3 times a week this year.
Well, this is the thing. Like even when like working out, like I was on that like workout train for a while. Like, and like, it's all about consistency. So you can't like once you get off, it's like hard to get back on.
It's consistent to be off.
Yeah, it's consistent to be off. So
you know what I mean? Like I was on like for a good 2 years, and then after a while, I was like, you know what? I don't have to go to the gym that much.
Honestly, straight up, it's hilarious because I stopped working out as consistently once like my ankle started like fucking up. Like and like now I finally have an answer. So I'm like, because that's what happened. Like I'd be hurt. And then, like, immediately, the moment I felt no pain, I would, like, let me just get back in there.
Right.
And then, like, within, like, I'd be working out for, like, 2 months consistently. And, like, oh, fuck, my ankle hurts again. It was, like, on and off like that for, like, basically, like, basically since, like, 2020.
Damn.
Like, really.
You've been doing it for the last 3 years.
Yeah, basically. And it's, like, now I'm, like, all right, I'm going to take, like, at least, like, maybe I'll just do upper body or something. Yeah. And it's, like, but I'm not going to do anything with my legs for, like, 2-3 months.
Nah, you don't want to share your foot or anything.
I don't want to get that sixth sprain ligament.
You know what I mean? You don't want to get gout.
Gout is going to be because of this, man.
Hey, that was a resolution or goal I had for me.
I was like
we had talked about it the last podcast. It wasn't on the air. We were all like leaving that day. And we're like, hey, I'm not drinking in the month of January.
Dry January.
Dry January.
So I made it a week.
Me too.
To be honest with you, I forgot. A week.
To be honest with you, I forgot, and I drank on January.
No, I didn't forget. No,
1st.
Amber didn't let me forget.
January 1st. I drank on January 1st. Like, not because of the night, but I drank that afternoon.
No, obviously I drank January 1st like during that because I think I stopped drinking like at like 2 or something.
Okay.
So like, but then I was like good like first like basically until last night, and then last night, like I said, we went to that museum. It was cool. We're sober. Then we went to like dinner. And then I was like, the Lakers are playing the Kings. Like, it's like, we should go to Lincoln Hops. You know what I mean? It's like, no, but we're not drinking. Like, and I was like,
we won't drink.
I was like, come on, just like 2. Like, let's do it. And then fuck it, I caved in. I was I caved into my own habit. Like,
and you made her cave in.
Straight up, because I was 2 turned into 6.
And 6 turned into 18.
Now I'm off the rails. We're back.
Hey!
2023, Modelo time, baby.
And you know what? If I can't have it, then why is it so good?
It's all in moderation, son.
Yeah, exactly. I only drink 18 at a time.
Fuck, dude.
No, there was a time. There was a time, a period in my life, or when Jesus, we would party the whole fucking weekend, and on Sunday mornings, my excuse was I was like, yeah, football's on early in the morning, and we could watch soccer, which was a Premier League, usually happens on Sunday mornings. Golf as well. We would be like fucking drunk at like 5 in the morning,
bruh.
You know what I mean? Finish a 30-pack to ourselves. Not. I mean, 15 and 15.
I feel like the one time
still picked up another 24.
I've been pretty drunk a lot of times, but I think the one time that stands out to me, it was like 2018 Halloween.
Oh,
a Super Bowl party was pretty crazy, but like it's 2018 Halloween, and I had like a 30-pack of Modelo's, like in a box like that. It was like the 24-pack, 30-pack or something. We're at some party in like fucking God knows where, bro. Like it was like around Echo Park, but it was like more like on Alvarado, like kind of like in Rampart.
Oh, okay.
And it's like
a little bit dangerous areas.
Dude, I was just like, I was offering people beer, and they were like, nah. So then, like, because they were like drinking their own shit, they were drinking about. Dude, I swear I killed like 17 of them shits.
Damn.
And like I was like stumbling, bro. Like I was like, it was like this like cliff, bro. It was
that you
like,
fell off of.
dude, I fell to like the second level of the cliff, bro.
What the
That's
fuck?
probably when I originally twisted my ankle.
Damn, Jeff, I was joking, and you legit confirmed what I was saying.
It was honestly, that's the one time I could say I was like super embarrassed. I was like, wow, like this is rock bottom.
There's been 2 times I've been so drunk. Super drunk, and I've like hurt myself because I don't really like hurt myself when I'm drunk. And like I love that we're getting into this conversation. One was with you and Amber. I was super fucked up after we went to
we went to Bigfoot Lodge.
Bigfoot Lodge. I was fucked up.
That was like the first time you guys met, Amber.
Yeah, and I got really drunk. And it's because we took shots before we left that night too. Anyways.
And you tried to hop over the fence and you fell like back over the.
No, I went over and I tried to like put my momentum forward and I was gonna land on my feet. So I put my top half forward and I thought it was gonna kick my feet over and I was gonna land that way. And I just slipped, like fucking hit my head and I started bleeding off the side of my arms. It was horrible. The second time that I hurt myself, I went. Monique had we had a foster kid. Remember early on the podcast, for those of you guys who've been following us for a while, I had a foster kid for a while, and she was our niece, and we had her, and she was gonna go and meet up with her sister, and I was like, hey, there's a party going on with the homies. Just drop me off. I have a couple beers, just saying what's up. I haven't seen them in a minute. And you just pick me up afterwards, bro. No lie, like 2 hours. Did not pass, and I'm jumping into a shallow end of a pool.
Oh no!
Crack like head first.
Oh,
crack the fucking my head on top because I come out and I'm like, yeah, I did it. And I was like, oh shit, because blood's just running down my head. I was like, what's going on? And I get out and people are like, you're fucking bleeding, dude.
Bro, how'd you dive into the shallow end though? Like you just didn't know what end you were on. You're just like,
know. Yeah.
Damn. That sounds pretty bad. It could have been worse.
Everybody outside had said they heard a thunk when I went into it.
It could have been worse.
Oh,
bro.
hell yeah.
That could have been actually
I'm pretty sure I got a concussion that day.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like, because Monique's like, oh, I'll take you to the hospital. I was like, no, I'm good.
MRI 5 years later.
I don't know how we even got there. But anyways.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. Honestly, like, I'm glad we've survived, bro.
I'm glad. There you go. Another year alive is a blessing.
100%. Shout out to
living
my homie Freddie. He didn't make it to 2023, but we out here living for you, man. Because not everybody made it to 2023, so we're lucky to be here, man.
For real,
we're lucky to be here, son.
Yeah. We were talking earlier about Andrew Tate. That before the year ended, he got arrested in Romania. He just wanted to cap off his year with just fucking getting arrested. Everyone believes it was the
Matrix,
fight.
Bro.
It was the Matrix. It was the whole fight with him and Greta Thunberg.
Talk about like super online shit though.
Right?
It's like, dude, first of all, that girl Greta Thunberg looks like she's 12, but she's 20, I think.
I mean, when we first saw her, she was like 12.
Why does she still look the same, bro?
She does look the same. But I from what I know, she didn't really start the fight. He just went off on her because she was going like he quote tweeted her like speech about, I don't know, the climate. I'm sorry, come after me. I don't know what she was talking about, but she was talking about something about the climate or something like that. And he said, well, come at me. I have like this car with 0 or 1,000 emissions and like a Bugatti and a fucking Ferrari, and all these cars aren't fucking obviously climate friendly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then after he had posted at that picture, people like conspiracy, because he had put up a picture with him in a Versace robe with a fucking pizza box. Yeah. And people were like, and they came out, they said, they got him because they knew he was in Romania because of the certain pizza box.
Well, that's what they said. It was because of the location on the QR code, right? That's what people were saying. Like, it's like that's how they found it. But I guess that's not true, right, Jason? It was like some like.
Yeah, it was like fake news.
It was fake news.
That some chick made up.
See the power of the internet, man. You can just
That's
make
the
shit
thing
up
about
and
like
just
Andrew. Like honestly, like
change
what do
shit
you
up.
think about Andrew Tate? Like
what I think of.
Yeah.
I neither hate him nor love him. I'm not gonna give him the time like to be like, oh yeah, cool, yeah, Andrew Tate. But like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole. The things he says, a misogynist, and it's not that I'm like, but has he affected me personally? Like we're talking about it? No, I mean, nah, he hasn't. It's hilarious to see people fight.
I just think like
for him and over him.
Exactly. Fight for him and over him. Like I agree with that. I just think a lot of like, okay, when basically since Donald Trump got elected or like he started running, right? That was like 2015.
Right.
Basically since 2015, like it's just been a whole, and not people are gonna accuse me of a lot of shit, but it's been a whole bunch of like, you know, we went through like the Me Too movement. We went through like, you know, now it's like all this like, you know, transgender rights. It's like, you like, at least it appears, right? If you're super online, and when you're a little kid, everyone's super online.
For sure.
I'm online all the time, and you read this shit.
I feel like kids nowadays even more are than we are online.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and this is the thing. So like, a lot of this shit doesn't really like affect me. Like when people say like, oh, like check your privilege at the door, toxic masculinity, like all that stuff. Like it doesn't really affect me. Like I don't feel attacked really,
right?
Because I feel like it's like you're not talking to me,
right?
Like
because you don't know me.
You don't know me. You're just saying shit into the void. But if you're a little kid, right? So you're seeing like all these people say all this shit, right? It's like
it influences you who you want to be.
Like it's like men could be women, right? It's like or like fucking Me Too shit, which is like there was valid shit and everything, right? It's like if you're transgender, that's fine. If you got raped and you were quiet because you weren't in a position of power, like that's great. I'm glad you're able to say that. But if you're a little kid, you can't. There's no nuance to it, right? Like you can't see things for what they're worth. So then out of nowhere comes this dude, Andrew Tate, who's like this international kickboxer. He's fucking like buff. It's like the same shit as the Liver King, right? It's like this dude who's just like eating raw meat.
Who, by the way,
on roids,
got called out. I don't know if you guys saw. He was all about he's natural, all natural.
No. It's so obvious he
was on steroids.
Yeah, he's on steroids, which is fucking fine. But it's like, why? Are you
I was about
to
start eating liver to look like that.
Hell yeah, dude! You have to take fucking mad HGH.
Have you had liver though?
I've had liver, not raw liver.
No, he had a lot raw liver.
He was eating like raw meat, bro.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up. People are anyway. Sorry.
No, but exactly. But those guys come. They're like cut from the same cloth. So it's like these like hyper masculine dudes, and then the same people that were already hating like all this like masculine, like you're toxic, like masculinity, like man spreading, fucking all these
mansplaining,
like mansplaining, all these crazy terms, like kind of talking shit about a certain type of guy. Well, these guys come out of that shit talk, right?
For sure.
So like the people that you're trying to chop down breeds these people that spring up.
Yeah.
So it's like now you have Andrew Tate, right? Who he's talking about like, oh, like what's a real, like honestly, I don't even fucking know specifically what he talks about. He's just like really Mr.
We just
like
see the
alpha.
highlights. We just see
like,
his reels about what's a real man doesn't let his woman tell him all this stuff, and it's just like it's very like, misogynistic things.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's like, that whole shit like how I was saying at the beginning. It's like, oh, if like your girl like leans to you, like then you're the fucking alpha male, but if you lean into her, you're a fucking beta cuck. It's like this is like you're like reading my body language, and
I don't think it's accurate at all.
Of course not. It's like some pseudoscience. But like this is the thing though. Like guys like Andrew Tate sound tight when you're like a little kid and like you have like no like actual male figures to look at. I want to like actually do like a study or a poll. Like if you're a fan of Andrew Tate, do you have a strong male figure in your life?
I'm gonna put that out on our Twitter.
Like, do you have you had like a solid uncle, a solid like father in your life,
solid male figure,
a brother,
to be a teacher?
It's like or a teacher or something,
neighbor,
or are you just surrounded by a lot of women, or have you always been put down? It's like so now you see Andrew Tate and you're like, yeah, that's the guy, and like yeah, like the women should be subservient, or like oh you're a beta cuck, and like oh blah blah blah. It's like and this is the thing though. to give Andrew Tate some credit and some of like his fans some credit. A lot of the people that are his fans, like I at least like know of a couple people, like they seem pretty successful, but they like that like big masculine energy, right? So it's like, but like Andrew Tate, like to give him some credit, I feel like he's made a couple decent points. Like it's like that sometimes, like, you know, when women are young, those are their peak years, right? When they can take advantage of like weaker men or older men with a lot of money. But men, like, they tend to really hit their peak in their mid 30s, right? Like in terms of monetarily wise, right? In terms of actually having a
or
career
even like physically. I feel like some physically too. They've said that men just get better with age, like wine. You know?
For better or worse, like in terms, like women like to settle down before they're in their mid 30s or in their late 30s because then they can't it's harder for them to procreate, right? It's harder for them to give birth, and that's just what it is, right? So it's like, you know, he paints that like picture, which, like, you know, it's like there's some validity to it, but it's also like very like coded in like just misogynistic terms, and it's it's like Andrew Tate is not someone to look up to.
Exactly.
Like,
at the end of the day, I'm gonna go back to the question that you said. How do you feel about him?
Yeah,
neither good
I don't
nor bad.
hate him. I don't despise him.
He doesn't make you happy.
I don't love him. I just feel like he's just another internet personality. To me, he's like the Liver King. Yeah. Like, to me, it's almost like they like compare him to Joe Rogan. To me, that's like a disrespect to Joe Rogan. Like, Joe Rogan's actually like someone who has like honest questions and honest like thoughts, and like, yeah, he says stupid shit, but it's just like everyone says stupid shit. It's not like about disrespect. I feel like if in terms of like internet celebrities or like people that are on the web, I think like Joe Rogan's somebody that like is better to look up to than Andrew Tate. Sure. Better to look up to than like the Liver King.
But I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, they're gonna have their fans, they're gonna have their people, and it's funny to see, you know, how all of this came up between Andrew Tate haters and Andrew Tate lovers. It was just a story that,
try
you know.
Try to think about it. Like when we were little kids, like who was like somebody that like, it's like you're a little kid and you're like looking up to like this masculine figure. Like honestly, like off the top of my head, like on top, like I'm like
Hulk Hogan.
No, honestly, it's like a wrestler, right? It's like you look at The Rock.
Right.
So that Andrew Tate reminds me of a wrestler. He's like a heel, though.
Right.
He's like the wrestling heel. He just says shit just to piss people off because he's the heel. Like, he should go into wrestling. Like, he'd be the best like wrestling heel. Like, he's the evil guy. Or like I think about somebody like 50 Cent. I was like 13 and I love 50 Cent because it's like it's like, oh man, this guy survived 9 shots and like he's talking all this gangster shit. Like, that's fire. Like, when you're a little kid, you look up to that shit. You're like, damn, these are like superheroes. Like, it's like these are real people who seem to have like actual like masculine abilities, right? So when you're a young kid, you look up to those people. It's not a sign of like the decay of society that you think The Rock or 50 Cent is tight when you're 13.
Exactly. Your life, your values are gonna change. Your life is gonna change.
They are gonna change. And second of all, I actually feel sorry for them because The Rock and 50 Cent are cooler than Andrew Tate.
For sure.
I'm glad I was more of a fan of 50 Cent The Rock than Andrew Tate, bro.
For sure.
Andrew Tate is like,
times have definitely changed.
Yeah. It's like I feel like those guys are way cooler than Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's like just like a kickboxer and an online guy.
And with that, guys, we're going to take a really quick break. We'll be right back after this. Passes out. And then that's where that
at first, I thought it was like, obviously, there's no regular concussion, but I feel like we're desensitized to concussion. So it's like
in football.
In football, so
yeah.
I was like, maybe he just he stood up, got dizzy, and like fainted. I was like, maybe
or cramp. I thought it was cramp. You know what I mean? Welcome back, guys. Unlucky Specialists. Sam Torres.
Just a Benio Fitz out here.
We got to talk about the week in sports. We got to bring back what happened this week. It felt like a short week. It felt like
feel like a short week.
Happened really quickly. But on Monday night, I turned on the television. You know. My parents are over helping me take care of the baby. There's Monday Night Football going on, and then I don't know where it stops, you know. Accident with Damar Hamlin. A typical
accident.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a typical football play. I know all of you, if you guys have not seen or have seen the injury to Bill's safety, Damar Hamlin, that's what we're talking about. Tackles T. Higgins, gets up, passes out, and then that's where that whole
at
thing
first
happens.
I thought it was like, obviously there's no regular concussion, but I feel like we're desensitized to concussion, so it's like
in football.
So
yeah,
I was like, maybe he just he stood up, got dizzy, and like fainted. I was like, maybe
or cramp. I thought it was cramp. You know what I mean? When
I didn't think it was a cramp because like the way he fell, I was like, it seems like that's the type of fall you take if like you're dizzy or pass out. So I was like, maybe he hit his head like harder than it seems, because sometimes like it doesn't seem that hard, but who knows? Maybe he hit the head on the ground, that shoulder, something like who knows what could make you dizzy.
Straight on hit from T. Higgins.
Yeah, exactly. It was a regular football play, like no fair game on T. Higgins. He didn't do anything wrong, but it was like, so first thing I was like concussion.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, like it goes to the timeout, like they're kind of like tending to him,
and then I turn the camera on him and everything going on.
And then it goes to timeout, and then like come from the timeout, you see like Josh Allen kind of like fucking like with his hand on his head, like, and like people are crying like, holy shit, did he break his neck?
Right.
Like I was like, I feel like those are the things like.
Or his leg that's crazy, like because you've seen like Dak
career
Prescott,
ender. It's like like Joe Theismann when Lawrence Taylor hit him, like his leg was backwards, or like Alex Smith, like his leg was all fucked up. Like players would cry for that because they're like, oh, his career's over. Like, it's done.
And it looks fucking crazy. I cried just looking at it,
Exactly, you know it's like crazy. So it's like you don't immediately go to crazy thoughts, but then honestly, I think the first moment where everybody kind of got it was like, oh, they're administering CPR for the last 8 minutes, bruh.
AEDs used, you know what I mean? All that. It was crazy. They get the ambulance, they take him out to the hospital, and like throughout this whole thing, you think, like what's gonna happen with this player. And then the rest of the team is just like, the two coaches said, you know what, we're not going to play.
And this is the thing,
and I feel like that was the right move. You know what I mean?
100%.
How could you, I get it, you're supposed to be a professional. I guess you're supposed to be an athlete. You're supposed to just go into your mode and just play. But how do you do that in that mental state?
I'm going to tell you,
a coworker almost lose their life.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And that's what it is.
That's what I said. Like, put yourself in a corporate session. Let's say they're not athletes, they're not football players, they're just sitting there, they're analysts, and one of their coworkers almost loses their life on the job. How, do you go back to work? Is it easy? Most of the time,
of course not. No, they'll probably give you the day off for sure. Like something like that happens. And this is the thing, like for better or worse, I don't like, because it still sucks. Like I feel like and obviously like now, like obviously, spoiler alert, thank God he's alive. He's breathing. He's tweeting. Sure. It seems like he's talking now. Like he was watching the game.
He sent out like a picture, like with a heart.
Thank God, he's alive and well. It seems like he's gonna make a full recovery. It kind of reminds me of Christian Eriksen in Europe, and like because he collapsed and he died he was basically dead for like some minutes too, like DeMar Hamlin, like
for sure.
And then like they revived him, but so thank God he's alive and well, but. I feel like, because now he's going to be fine and he's going to like walk again and everything. But I feel like if he would have like been paralyzed, I feel like they would have still played. I feel like the reason the game, because I feel like the reason they didn't play is because he was dead on the field.
Right.
So it's like,
you're right,
and that might have been a worse injury, being paralyzed or breaking your neck.
Have you seen? You remember Ryan Shazier from the Pittsburgh Steelers?
He couldn't move,
neck down.
Yeah, and now he has to use a walker to walk. Like, he's still walking crazy, but they played that game. They finished that game.
Exactly.
Antonio Brown, he was completely out cold, and like they carted him off, and like. But they knew he wasn't dead. They just knew he was passed out. Yeah. They played that game. So I feel like the thing is, the reason why they didn't play, and I'm glad they didn't, is because he was dead on the field.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and
there's something that you can't like come back from. You know what I mean? Like
it's like, oh, he's paralyzed, but he's still alive, or maybe he's paralyzed right now, but he'll walk, or like, oh, he's out, but he'll wake up. It's like they didn't know if DeMar Hamlin was gonna wake up. Yeah. They thought that could have been a funeral this week. For sure. You know what I mean?
And thankfully
it's not. Thankfully he's alive and well. But it's like, and I'm glad that happened because first of all, it would have been a bad look for the NFL. It would have been. It would have been
to cancel. To continue the game and force them to continue.
And it would have been a bad look for the players' union
for sure.
Because like as an employee, an employee. you have to like, especially the players union, like that's a strong union. It's like working for like the steel workers union or something, rail, like not even the rail workers have a good union like that. But it's like, when you work for sports, like you're in the players union, those are strong unions. Like the baseball union's known for being strong. NBA, it's like, so it's like, that's a bad look. Like it's like, no, we're not playing. The players need some time off. Like,
so, and it ended up affecting the playoff picture at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Big time.
Right. So, and even for, I don't know, let me mix in a little fantasy in there. I've heard a lot of people in their championship games.
I have first-hand experience.
Postponing like the championship games to week 18 or to holding on to like points from the week before, or like all this mixture, all confusion.
So let me speak.
So yeah, what happened in your situation, Jeff?
Okay, first of all, I was in 4 leagues this year because I'm a degenerate.
Jesus fuck.
It's about like good amount of money. Won't get into the numbers.
It's a great amount of money.
Yeah, but I only made the playoffs in 2 of them, right?
Okay.
And I made the semifinals in one, made the finals in the other. None of these leagues, for the record, decided to go with week 18. And either they decided to split the money or go by the percentages, because sometimes they tell you like, 68% chance to win, or 40%, 60%, and they split the money that way.
Oh, okay.
But this is the thing, I'm gonna keep it real. I was depending on that game in the one championship that I was in, because I had Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the kicker Evan McPherson going, and then the guy who I was playing, Michael Lancaster. Shout out to Michael Lancaster. It was me and him in the final. He had T. Higgins, and he was up by 40. So like, I for sure needed Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to go off. Right. So it's like, it did affect that, but at the end of the day, bro. Like,
so he won at the end of the day.
No, he won. Yeah, it's like I wasn't gonna fight it. Like I don't want to.
Is it winner gets all, or
it was
second place gets their money back?
In that league, it was gonna be winner take all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because in the league that I made the semis, I won 3rd place. I got my money back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So second place got some money, and first place
got like a lot. Yeah, but in this league, it was winner take all, and but at the end of the day, bro, like it's hard to even be mad because you're like, dude, this man's could have died, bro.
Oh yeah, no,
it's like
sure.
it's like
no, but I've been hearing a lot of people. Got a haircut the other day. People were talking about, hey, we pushed our game out to week 18.
That was a good,
and, you know what I mean?
That's a hard move though, because this is the thing. You could push it out to week 18. A lot of people don't play their main guys. Right. Like this week, luckily, it seemed like a lot of people did play their guys because there was a lot of like situations.
Because AFC South was in the mix on Saturday.
AFC North with the Lions and the Packers.
NFC North.
Yeah, NFC North. Like not for the division, but to decide who was going to go.
Wild card. The Rams almost beat the Seahawks. I watched that game. That was a really good game today. I was actually rooting for that because I'm a Packer fan, hoping that they would. I needed the Seahawks to lose and for the Packers to win, and neither of those happened.
Well, you needed basically. Yeah, you needed the Seahawks. No, Lions needed the Seahawks to lose for them to have a chance if they beat the Packers to get in.
Right.
But the Packers just needed to beat the Lions.
Right.
Like just straight up.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
It didn't happen at all.
So now we have the playoff matchups, bro.
Yeah.
We have the fucking ending standings, bro. In the NFC, the number 1 seed is the Eagles, so they got to bye. Right. Number 2 is the Niners. Right. They're going to play the Giants.
No, they're going to play the Seahawks.
No, because it goes two. Oh yeah, they're gonna play the Seahawks. You're right. They're gonna play the Seahawks. Vikings are gonna play the Giants.
Right.
Buccaneers are gonna play the Cowboys.
Right.
What do you see right there? What's something that interests you right there from those matchups?
From those matchups.
So like I said, we got Eagles by Niners, Seahawks, Vikings, Giants, Buccaneers, Cowboys.
If it's true, if this whole Brock Purdy, if this whole Shanahan system is the real deal, it's going to be the Niners or Philadelphia in the NFC Championship. Because it's going to be one of those two guys, one of those two teams. Anybody else, I don't have any trust in the Vikings. The Giants don't have the offense enough to make it past in the playoffs. Who else do we got?
What if the Buccaneers beat the Cowboys and Tom Brady just starts?
I've been hearing a lot of that. I heard my boy saying, you know, I have had this bet since the beginning of the season that Tom Brady is going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
Can you believe a world or a time where, or right now with this team that Tom Brady has to make it to the Super Bowl?
No, the team sucks, and Tom Brady
is not that good
he
either
broke
himself.
the record for most completions this year.
Yeah, but with this team, he hasn't looked the best. He's been.
No, they're 8-9. Sacked. They like barely got out of the NFC South. Like that shit. Not looking good.
I feel the Cowboys will be the Buccaneers.
Okay, so you're calling Cowboys Buccaneers. Yeah, you're calling the Cowboys over the Bucks. It's in Tampa. One. It's in Tampa, by the way.
Oh, it is in Tampa.
Yeah, because they won the division, so the division winner gets the fucking home game.
Fuck it, I'll give the boys they're the little win. You know what I mean?
Cowboys fans are through the moon right now.
They're gonna love me tonight.
It's a pro Cowboy.
At Dunzo, follow me. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm taking the Cowboys by 3.
So you're taking the Cowboys. I'm taking Tampa at home.
Okay.
What's the next one? Niners, Seahawks.
Oh, Niners.
I'm taking Niners.
Yeah, Niners for sure by 7.
And then Vikings, Giants.
I'll take the Giants by like 3.
Daniel Jones?
Yeah,
they've been playing well.
Just to get, I'm gonna get them past
a little Saquon action.
Yeah. I don't think the Vikings.
No, I think the Vikings are better than people. I feel like people have been shitting on the Vikings all year. They're like they're fake. This is just like easy. I
can't root for them. They've been Packer fan, you know, out of the.
I'm going Vikings. Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, fucking Flex Cousins with the chains. You feel me? We're there. I like the Vikings in that game.
I like that. On the other side, let's go to
AFC. So in there we got Chiefs with the first round bye.
Right.
And then we got Bills versus the Dolphins, an all AFC East matchup in Buffalo.
Right.
Then we got another all AFC North matchup, Bengals Ravens.
Oof.
And then,
in Cincinnati?
In the Natty.
Okay.
And then we got Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence
and
versus the Chargers.
That's a game. That's the game I want to see. That's the game of the week for me for sure.
Too. That's the two younger. That's the future right there. That's the future.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Oh no,
taking over Trevor Lawrence.
No, Trevor Lawrence, bro. I'm going with the golden boy. I'm going with the successor to the Tom Brady throne.
What's his name? From Shrek.
I know who you're talking about. It's the Prince, right? I don't
Prince
know.
Charming?
Prince, dude, yeah. I mean, he's got the great hair, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going with the golden boy, Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, baby. Let's go. Once they got rid of Urban Meyer, it was,
Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence with a little bit of an Etienne in the mix. Ooh. With some Christian Hicks.
Nice,
you know what
defense.
I mean? Like a good defense that are playing
no, but that's honestly, I'm so excited for that game. Jacksonville.
I'm taking the Chargers.
I like this over $5 on it. Unlucky specialist bet
right here.
$5 to the win. All right, I take the Jags.
Just straight up.
Yeah, straight up. 5 to
no
win.
money. Okay,
yeah, just 5 to the win. We're just 10, right? So it'd be 10. I put 5, you put 5. Yeah. Winner take all.
Right.
$10. We're big balling, baby.
We can't do more on live.
No. Yeah, later we'll do the real bet. So then Bills, like I said, Bills, Dolphins, Ravens, Natty. So I got Jacksonville. You got the Chargers. What do you got in the Bengals, Ravens?
I'm taking the Bengals.
Me too. I'm taking the Bengals. I feel like the Bengals are also another motivated team off that whole, because that's where we didn't. It was Bengals versus the Bills in the DeMar Hamlin game,
and they were winning.
They were winning. It was early, 7-3, but I feel like the Bengals, they're so talented. To me that. Like, we're talking about Golden Boy's the future. I feel like Joe Burrow's the future and the present.
Did you see he had this quote come out saying, like, what about there's this certain window in football or in sports like when you make it to the championship game, you only make it certain times.
Yeah, it's the window. Like that's basically what it is, the window.
And he was just saying, you know, the window is my career. Woo! It's a little confident right there, you know.
Joey Breeze, Joey Badass, Joey Franchise, baby.
Saying,
I love Joe Burrow.
As long as I'm here.
No, Joe Burrow to me, like I said, we were talking the future with Trevor Lawrence and fucking Justin Herbert. Yeah. Joe Burrow is the future and the present, bro.
Right. Lamar is the future and the present too.
Lamar is crazy because he has no agent.
Yeah.
I was hearing the Bill Simmons podcast because yes, I'm a fanboy of Bill Simmons, and then they were saying that Lamar Jackson has no agent, and that also Lamar Jackson basically has no endorsement deals. Like, so he's not in any commercials. He's not signed to any like crazy. It's like, dude, if you're trying to save all your money because you don't want to pay an agent, like that's why you don't pay an agent.
Right.
You want to keep. It's like, well, you're losing money because you're not paying an agent too.
For sure.
It's like, come on, boy.
I know you can work. They can work you a deal where you know.
But yeah, either way, Ravens going home.
Yeah.
That's the Bengals
For sure.
Bengals, and then the other matchup, we got the Buffalo Bills
versus the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking the
Probably
Bills.
no Tua, I'm assuming, because he's gotten like 5 concussions this
The
year.
guy just got to retire.
Honestly, that's what they were saying.
You know, like just retire. Look, if you have 5 concussions,
No, it was 3 that we know of, but officially 3.
You know what I mean? There is video. There is like it was crazy. We were watching actually that game where he's on the floor and his hands are like, you know, that's
it was like seizing.
Seizing, exactly. It was bad.
It was bad. Honestly,
like,
they were
after that. You should just like
they were talking about
CTE and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like.
Because they were talking about like he might like it's probably better for him to retire, but he's not going to, bro. Are you kidding me?
Why?
Tua's super talented.
Yeah, he is, but
why does he get hit like that? Can we get an O-line on this man?
Can we get a bigger helmet or something?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is he getting concussed?
For real.
But Brett Favre, you know what? Fuck it. Brett Favre, I know he like sold his soul and like fucking took Mississippi's taxpayers' money and shit. So it's
Social
fuck
Security
Brett
money
Favre.
from people
But I'm gonna keep it real. Brett Favre had a long ass career with mad concussions.
For real.
So Tua.
Well, Junior Seau.
We don't talk about Junior.
Yeah, you know,
because that RIP to Junior Seau. He went out pretty bad.
Yeah.
But so you're taking the Bills. You know, the interesting thing about the AFC too, though, is that if the Bills and Bengals go to the AFC Championship, it's going to be at a neutral site. If the Bills and the Chiefs go to the AFC Championship, it's going to be a neutral site.
It's a neutral site regardless.
Well,
and I heard it's going to be Chicago.
Well, not if the Bengals and the Chiefs go, it's going to be in Kansas City because they didn't have a chance to win it.
Oh, okay.
But the Bengals had a chance to pass the Bills. So it was like if the Bengals and the Bills play in the AFC Championship, it'd be a neutral site. But the Bills had a chance to pass the Chiefs. So if the Bills and the Chiefs play, it's going to be a neutral site. Okay. But if it's the Chiefs and the Bengals, I don't think it's possible. I think the Bengals and the Chiefs would play in the second round.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would even matter. But I think that AFC Championship might be in a neutral site, which is strange but kind of fun.
I like it. I heard it's going to be Chicago.
Yeah, they were going to choose Indianapolis, but Indianapolis had commitments. Chicago's going to be cold, bro. That's outdoors.
And it's outdoors. Yeah, I mean, it's
because Kansas City's cold, but Buffalo's colder. I mean, outdoors. Might as well mean the middle. The middle of Buffalo and Kansas City,
Chicago. You know, some windy cities. Get the ball flying up in the air.
So we got the playoff match. Off top of your dome, what do you got? Just like Super Bowl matchup right now. Just crazy. We're being crazy. We're wild right now.
We're wild right
now. No solid evidence.
Just Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
Okay. Kansas City. NFC is a toss-up.
It's such a toss-up.
So I'm just going to give me something here. I'm going to just 49ers. Kansas City 49ers.
I'm going to go Bills.
Okay.
For Damar Hamlin, they're motivated.
I like that.
They're gonna go to the Bills. Man,
I know, right? I feel like the AFC you could get a good like
because there's like 3 good teams.
Yeah, and I feel like you got those dark horse.
I don't believe
teams,
in the Eagles. This is the thing. I don't believe in the
Eagles.
I feel like the Niners are obviously the solid pick.
I don't believe in the Vikings.
I'm going crazy. Bills Vikings Super Bowl.
Wow.
Bills Vikings Super Bowl. Justin Jefferson.
He's gonna look back at this and just be
we'll see. I mean, next week the Vikings could be out, so this could be obsolete next week.
Anyways, the Lakers have been doing a little bit of winning.
5-game winning streak. Let's go. We back. Are we back?
I'm
scared.
Exactly, Jeff. I feel like we haven't given the Lakers enough time as we usually do on this podcast.
We've been embarrassed.
No, I think so.
There's nothing to talk about. Like, it's just disappointment. Like
after that AD injury, it just took a little turn for the worse.
It's like a family. It's like when a family member goes to jail. It's like you don't talk about it. You just like talk to them. You know, it's like, let me hug you. Let me write you mail. I still support you.
We
Still
all know what's
family.
happening, but
like,
we don't
need to
about
talk
it.
about it because we're just sad. Embarrassed is not even the right word. Sad.
We don't want to. We just want to.
Let's not bring the temperature down.
But lately, the Lakers have been winning. There was
no AD.
Exactly, and there was games where with no LeBron.
Some games with no LeBron.
That game where it was Dennis Schroeder and Westbrook.
Dennis Schroeder scored 30 points, bro. I think that was against the Hawks. I think that might have been the Hawks game.
I don't know. I believe so. It was at home.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it might have been the Hawks game.
Yeah, but it's
5 games in a row, and honestly,
LeBron's looking great.
LeBron's looking great. Westbrook off the bench is like chef's kiss back to the Westbrook we all thought.
It's crazy how nobody like
no one's mentioning it.
Exactly. There's no mention about how great he's been playing.
No 6-man talk.
Right.
No 6-man talk.
Right.
It's like name me a better player off the bench. I just want to know. I want to talk about it.
I don't even think that's a hot take at all, Jeff.
I'm just saying no one's talking about it. We're going to talk about it today. At least let's talk about it.
No, for sure.
Can we bring up the
can somebody start talking about this?
On it a little?
Hashtag
media
Westbrook six man. Woo!
Let's start the conversation.
No.
Let's start a dialogue.
No, for sure. Like, I loved how much they shit on him. They hated on him when even we did a little bit.
He was playing bad, and
when he was playing bad, when we were all playing bad. But now he's playing good. There's nothing on ESPN. There's nothing on Fox. There's no Colin Cowherd take the saying, Westbrook this, Westbrook that.
Westbrook accepted his role. He's bought in.
Or if they did, I knew that he was gonna buy
that's
in.
What it is.
I was like,
I'm not gonna say that I knew. I'm just saying that I'm happy that he did. That's what I will say. Because
for sure.
I thought he was going to be traded and flamed out. And that's kind of my hot take right now. That's why the Lakers haven't made a move. Because the move was to trade Westbrook.
And they don't know if they want to.
And now I don't think they can because he's honestly critical to the bench unit.
Right.
He had 15 assists last night.
Right.
In a big game against the Kings. Honestly, that's probably the biggest game since the 2002 Western Conference Finals against the Kings. Like, in terms of Kings-Lakers matchups, that might be the biggest game since 2002.
Yeah, for sure.
Like...
No, that was it.
That's why I started drinking again.
Was it a foul? It was a foul.
Which one? The
last
Westbrook?
one.
Was that on Westbrook?
De'Aaron Fox on Westbrook? Yeah.
There was a lot of chest.
There was a lot of chest and hip action.
There was a lot of chest. Is that a hand check? I don't know. There was no hands involved, but technically, you're bodying him up. I'm going to say, personally, if I was a Kings fan, I'd be mad.
For sure.
I'm going to just put that out there. Let me cut the bullshit. If I was a Kings fan, I'd be mad at that call. And obviously, they have a lot of trauma because they know that the Tim Donaghy fucking called a lot of fouls on Kobe Bryant and Shaq. And we one day we'll have a history about that on the Unlucky Specials. But we know there's a lot of history with the Kings fans. They're still traumatized almost 21 years later. Yeah. Wow, it's been a long time, Kings.
They've grown up. They're full on adults now.
The kids that were born that year are adults. They could drink with us on this podcast. But it's been a while, and they're traumatized still. So I could see how they could. That's not. I'm just glad that it went our way. I'm gonna keep it real because we needed that call and we needed that W. That was a big win.
Big win.
That was a big win because they're the team that we're kind of vying for that playoff. Right. They're 20-21 and we're 19-21.
We're in the mix for that 8th seed.
No, we're in the mix to not even be in the play-in tournament. We can maybe get that 5th seed, 6th seed, and not even play in that play-in.
What does the team need to do? Because we got LeBron playing great. AD, we have questions about him.
We have questions, health questions, but in terms of when he was playing amazing.
But will he play that amazing when he comes back?
I think so. They're like being overly cautious with him, and they should. And it's actually great that they've been on a 5-game winning streak with him not playing.
Something needs to be done, right? Something needs
but it's going to be
needs to happen.
No, it's not going to be a trade. I don't think it's not a trade. It's going to be a buyout guy or who I think is a good one that it's kind of off the radar. I like
DeMarcus Cousins.
I like that. Even though Thomas Bryant, oh my God, Thomas Bryant. Paying respect to that Bryant jersey. Like, it's weird being a Laker and having Bryant on your back. Right. But he's doing it in some nice little
And he was playing really good when he went to Washington.
Yeah, no, he's balling, bro. Yeah. Like, he's fit in. He's not as good as AD, obviously, but he's slotted into that role, like, damn, like he went 12 for 14.
Right.
On the field, bro. And he's taking that jumper from the free throw line is butter, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
He's good around the rim. I love Tom. And then now I'm projecting to AD coming back. AD and Thomas Bryant. Now AD could slide to the power forward, which is his preferred position.
Right. You play LeBron.
Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant. The closing lineup is Thomas Bryant, AD, LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Westbrook. Woo, that's the closing lineup.
Yeah, AR in that.
AR 15 is in, bro. I love AR.
The people love him.
The Arkansas AR 15, the people's champ.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's hurt. He didn't play last night.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting excited. I'm getting those. I'm getting that Laker energy. I feel like I'm turning purple and gold. Like
you feel Valentine's coming around. You're like, I'm feeling smitten a little bit.
I need to go to the Laker games, huh?
Exactly.
Unlucky specialist Laker trip.
Let's do it.
I think we got to do it.
We talk about it. Really quick, Donovan Mitchell scored 71 points.
71 points, most points since Kobe's 81.
That's crazy.
Took OT, points. But I'm not even gonna take nothing away from him because he was balling. I caught like the third quarter and on from that game. Ooh, it was something special.
That was the DeMar Hamlin game.
That was the DeMar Hamlin game. And it got overshadowed a lot in the media because obviously for good reason. Right. But like, wow.
So I wasn't even paying attention to the Cleveland game until way later because I was.
Well, the thing is, I caught that because then the game, like when the DeMar Hamlin injury, when he stopped breathing,
right.
And like that happened, and then they like switched. Or like I think I switched to like the fucking Cavs game. It was already in the third or fourth quarter, and he had like because I was on Twitter like, oh, he has 58. I'm like, damn. Oh shit! Like let me turn because I was like maybe he'll get 60. Yeah. He got 71 and like
71 points in a
ball.
game.
Cavs are so good.
Yeah, for sure. Darius Garland,
Jared Allen, and the future best center in the league, Evan Mobley.
For sure.
Evan Mobley's a stud, but they got, honestly, their best players, fucking Donovan Mitchell.
What do you hear about these takes about trading LeBron James back to Cleveland for one of these guys?
First of all, it's not going to happen. I don't think Cleveland would do that because they have a good, they would take him, like, they would for sure take him, but
with a pick.
They wouldn't give us anything good. Like, they're not going to give us Garland. They're not going to give us Mobley. They're not going to give us Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
For LeBron James, they might not even give us Jared Allen. No, they're not. I don't think that's realistic. But what I will say is that because you're alluding to those comments that LeBron James made, it's like like this is not in my DNA to losing like this. Ever since those comments,
they've been winning.
5-game winning streak. Right. And Thomas Bryant, he got interviewed by Mike Trudell last night because he was a player of the game, and Mike Trudell asked him like, how does it feel to be playing with LeBron James?
Right.
Like, it's like, how do you feel like you're playing good on a team that's winning right now? Like, how does it feel? He's like, honestly, we have LeBron James on our team. This is a blessing. Like, to be playing with one of the best players of all time. Like, you just got to like make him proud out there. Like and I feel like they took that to heart.
I like that.
Because I felt like he was kind of alluding back to that comment. It's
right.
Like, it's like, yo, you got one of the best players of all time on your team, and his time is coming to an end.
So we got to get him another.
We got to make him proud because it's like something like he can't go out like this.
Right, for sure.
So I feel like ever since then they've stepped up.
The team's kind of bought in. You know what I mean? They've been playing well together. I feel like Lonnie Walker's playing really well. Troy Brown's been good. I like Troy Brown. He gives nice minutes off the bench. I feel like Kendrick Nunn finally started doing something. Fucking shit. It's been about a whole year. So do you think there's no trades happening for the Lakers?
I think it's going to be a buyout. I feel like if it's a trade, it might actually be like Kendrick Nunn,
right,
and like a pick for like Bogdanovich
from
Detroit. Because they're tanking, like Kate Cunningham, they already rested him. Like they're trying to get like fucking. They're in the Victor Wemby sweepstakes. I like Scoot Henderson too. Scoot Henderson's been balling too.
Yeah.
Like, don't sleep on Scoot, but man, I'm happy the Lakers are kind of doing good again. Because man, it sucks when they suck, bro. It really does.
And I'm glad that the West is kind of like the bottom kind of suck too. Like, you know what I mean?
And the number one seed is the Nuggets, and we're playing them tomorrow. Big game tomorrow. Lakers versus Nuggets at Staple or at Crypto.com arena.
Calm down.
But that's a big game too. But man, I'm happy, man. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get 6 in a row.
Let's get another. move on to another thing is the Dodgers losing Justin Turner this week for sure. He won the Roberto Clemente Award.
Justin Turner, classic Dodger.
He always be a Dodger.
Always be a Dodger. He's always going to have a home here. Great moments. I'm glad he won the World Series with us in 2020.
Do you think anything happens with the Dodgers this offseason after they didn't do anything really buying into the young talent?
They're going to buy into the young talent. We already have so many good players.
2024.
We're gonna lean on Mookie Betts. We're gonna lean on Freddie Freeman.
Right.
We're gonna lean on JD Martinez. We're gonna lean on Gavin Lux. We're gonna lean on all the players. Noah Syndergaard. I love that pickup too. And honestly, in terms of free agents, we're gonna get Shohei in 2024.
Trevor Bauer was released by the Dodgers recently.
That's a money.
What do you think?
Look. He got all his charges were dismissed.
Yeah, and there's this whole thing that some players wanted him back. They were okay with it.
So I would have taken him back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was a good move. I don't know if it was a bad move, but I feel like
I think it's a money saving.
They would have. Yeah, it's a money saving.
That's what
No, they're taking up his contract regardless.
I think I read that they're like buying him out and they're like not
$20-something million.
Yeah, but that means like it's gonna be off the books, right? I don't know. I don't understand the whole side, but I think they're gonna save some type of money. Yeah, I don't have 24 million.
just to give out like that.
Just to give out. But I don't know, man. I think the Dodgers are going to be fine regardless. They didn't make a big move, but honestly, they didn't need much. Like Trey Turner, fuck it. Let's give Gavin Lux some shine.
We'll try.
Like
he kind of fucked up a couple of years.
Yeah, but they got him roaming around in the outfield and shit.
No, if he's in the infield, he's made some stupid shit. But we'll see. We'll see how things work out. There's a lot of young guys.
Coming. A lot of young guys. We still got the best catcher in the game, Will Smith.
And then we'll track some other trade options or some other free agents.
I'm pretty sure they'll make a mid. If they didn't make any free agents, they're gonna be like killers for like an all-star break move.
World Baseball Classic is coming up.
It's gonna be fun.
I love that.
Japan's gonna be a menace.
Yeah, for sure.
But the USA squad's looking stern.
Yes.
Like I feel like all the best USA players are gonna be there.
Mike Trout is in there.
Yeah. Mookie.
Trey Turner.
Yeah, Mookie, Trey Turner, Mike Trout, all the best guys.
I can't wait to see that for sure.
That's going to be fun. It's like, I feel like that's better than international basketball. I feel like international baseball is more even.
Yeah.
I feel like international basketball, it's like, yeah, the USA might lose, but the USA still has, because all the best international players are separated in different countries.
Right.
Like the US is the one team, and France kind of, but like USA is the one team that has like solidified talent.
Right.
Luka plays for fucking Slovenia, Jokic, Serbia, the Greek Freak in Greece.
Right.
Like
Shea
Gilgeous in Canada. Like it's like everyone's separated. The US I feel like in baseball, it's like Puerto Rico has a good team, Dominican, obviously
Colombian.
the USA, Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela.
Fucking, obviously Japan.
Korea.
It's like, but it's really, I feel like the best teams are like USA, Japan, Dominican, Puerto Rico.
Right, for sure.
Fuck, let's just add the Puerto Ricans to us.
They're pretty much a state already.
Just give us, you know what? Keep them. I don't want Manny Machado on my team.
Fuck Manny. No, he might leave the Padres. Who knows?
I know.
Some
he didn't sign the extension. He might come back. Well, he didn't like to the Dodgers. Buy into the extension.
Who knows?
I'll take him back.
Pele.
R.I.P. to Pele.
Died this past week.
He lived a long,
one of the greatest, and the greatest is the only player to have
three World Cups.
Three
World Cups.
3 World Cups.
That's tough. Like, obviously, shout out to Pele. Great career, great life.
Right.
Lived a long life.
Yeah.
But man, is he the GOAT?
Well,
it's messy.
Why? Because you're going to say the same thing as what they say about Bill Russell. He played against firemen.
I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is this. Pele never played in Europe.
Right. He didn't.
That's the only mark on his resume. That's it. That he didn't play in Europe.
He only played,
because of fucking Maradona played in Europe.
Yeah.
Messi obviously played in Europe.
And
Zidane played in Europe because he's from fucking Europe. There's a lot of great players. They played in Europe, and they won in Europe, and they won pretty much everything.
Right.
The only thing Pele didn't win was the fucking Champions League, or the version of I think it was like the Euro Cup, like the Europa Cup before, but
right.
It was basically the version of the Champions League.
But Messi now with a
World Cup and like 4 Champions Leagues,
is the greatest of all time. You think he's already surpassed Pele? You think
it's
that's
a little
too soon?
I think those 3 World Cups are so crazy.
Right,
3 World Cups is pretty insane.
Let's see Messi after the next one.
He's not. No, Argentina's not gonna win another World Cup for like 30 years, bro.
Damn, that's fucked up.
I like Argentina, but it ain't gonna happen. So.
Yeah.
It's gonna be USA next year, bro.
We'll see.
No, not next year. 2026.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. I want to get.
We're gonna go to a game. I
sure.
already signed up to get updates on when tickets are on sale. It's happening.
SoFi. I want to go even to Mexico, Monterrey. There's this stadium
Monterrey, Guadalajara, Mexico City.
Where you can see the mountain right there. It's gonna be awesome. But it's been a good one, man. It's been a great.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. Good to be hanging out with the fellas. Thank you to Jason. Thank you to Jesus. We love y'all. Like we say, keep following us on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on whatever. Send us emails. We still like those. Whatever you guys want to
send some emails. We want to talk about you guys. We'll keep you anonymous.
Yeah. It's your boy Sam Torres.
It's your boy Jeff Depan. Yeah, we out here. Peace.